What is up, and welcome back. Today we are going to talk a little bit about the best-selling games of 2020. Amazon always puts out the best-selling games every year, and 2020 is no different. We had to do a little bit of sifting to find the actual games because they count games as the gaming category, which includes digital codes and accessories. So we're going to kind of breeze through those and then get to the meat and potatoes and actually see what the top 10 games of 2020 were, according to Amazon. So with the list including accessories and digital cards, we're going to start from number 20 and work our way towards number 1 of the best selling gaming items. That includes accessories and digital codes. And number 20 is a digital code. It's the digital code for Animal Crossing, which you don't see digital codes for games that often, but there it is, number 20. Number 19 is a PlayStation Plus 12-month membership. So it must have been on sale or something, or maybe just people love it. Number 18 is the Nintendo Switch. I wonder, well, it may be one of the higher priced things. We'll see. Number 17 is the Nintendo Switch Pro Controller. All right. Number 16 is the Runmus gaming headset. It's $26.95. I've never heard of it, but maybe it was on sale. Maybe there's a reason it's so popular. It's got LED lights and stuff, so maybe it's like a popular streaming headset. I don't know. PlayStation Plus 1-month membership is number 15. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, number 14. At number 13, there's the Xbox Live 12-month membership. At number 12, the SanDisk 128 gig micro SD. Not a whole lot of exciting things. At number 11, the tempered glass protector for the Switch. Okay. Number 10 is a Roblox gift card. Number 9 is an Xbox gift card. Number 8 is Mario 3D All-Stars. Number 7 is another gaming headset that's about $25, but it has blue LEDs. I don't know. Another Roblox. What is Roblox? I don't even know what Roblox is. Help me out there, guys, because I have no idea. All right, top 5 in the gaming category. Number 5 is Animal Crossing New Horizons. Number 4, $10 PlayStation card. Number 3 is a $10 Nintendo card. Number 2 is a $10 Xbox card. And then topping out the list, as always, is a PlayStation Store gift card for $100. Those are always in the top of the list because people can buy them from Amazon from other countries and then use that as a way to purchase items in the American store compared to other stores. So that's pretty common. Okay, so that's the top 20 as far as the gaming stuff goes. Just breeze right through that. Let's actually get to the games. Number one game, and there's a caveat to this. It's the number one both physical, because it's Animal Crossing, which came in at number 5 out of all the items, number 5 physical, but then it was also number 20 digital of just the games, which would put at like 5 or 6. So it placed twice over a lot of games that came out this year. So kind of crazy. Animal Crossing has just been a massive, massive, massive success. I cannot wait until, I think it's February 1st is whenever Nintendo's going to show us kind of what the updates are. And I believe it's February 1st. And then we'll get to see how much it's sold. Yeah, expecting ridiculous amounts sold for that one. Number 2 on the games was Super Mario 3D All-Stars. And, this game hasn't been out for like a super long time. It came out in October. So that's a few months on, but I think what pushed it, not only are the Mario games very popular, the Nintendo Switch is very popular, but they said that it was only going to be available for a limited time. Now, a limited time is 6 months, but I think a lot of people really took that to mean it was going to be sold out. There was going to be limited amounts. I remember there's a lot of people on Twitter who were really kind of freaking out and really upset when they announced that. But, millions and millions of copies are going to be sold of it. You'll be able to find it forever. And next is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which is crazy. This game is still topping. Number 3 game sold on Amazon for the year is a game that came out several years ago, and it was a port from a Wii U game. That is wild. And this just shows the success of these evergreen titles that have long legs for Nintendo, because it's not the only game that didn't even release this year that's at least a year or two old that hit the chart. And the next one is one of those games, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. This game didn't come out this year, and it's hitting number 4. So when people are buying Switches, there's certain games that they're picking up, evidently. Animal Crossing, Mario Kart, Smash Brothers. Number 5 is the first non-Switch game, and that's Cyberpunk 2077 for the PS4. Yeah, but I wonder how many people requested a refund on that. A lot of people said that it was pretty much unplayable on the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. I myself haven't played it. Some people are fine with the performance issues, but massively successful, and the PS4 looks like to be the number one SKU. Number 6 is actually quite a surprise to me. This game was sold out. It had some production issues mid-COVID, and maybe COVID is the reason why, but Ring Fit Adventure is number 6. That's basically the new Wii Fit, Wii Sports. Like, people are playing it to be active in their houses. And I'm not going to lie, Ring Fit Adventure is a game that I've thought about picking up, but, I just haven't been able to drop the $70 on it at Walmart. I think it's $79.99, but, Walmart's games are typically $10 cheaper, so it's $69.99 there. The premise of it is it's basically an RPG, but you have this, exercise band, this, circular tension band, hula hoop looking thing. I don't know. I've only seen kind of videos of people playing it, but you do certain moves and you level up, and the way that you do a move is not by pressing buttons, but it's by performing activities and actions and exercises. So surprising that it beat some of the other things on this list, and we'll get to that. Next up is Minecraft. That's the game that keeps on giving, right? One of the smartest things I think Microsoft ever did was buy that company and have the rights to that game. Number 8 is a game that just came out very recently. I'm pretty sure it came out in November, so not a long time on the list, and that's Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. This has got to be the most successful game like this. It's not a Nintendo game. Of course, it has Nintendo characters, and Breath of the Wild is very popular, and it looks like a Breath of the Wild game aesthetically, but it's a Gundam game. It's a Dynasty Warrior, all those Warrior-style games, and to see it at number 8, they've got to be pretty happy at Koei Tecmo, the makers of that game, for sure. Number 9 is The Last of Us Part 2. Honestly, I'm really surprised this isn't higher. That game won so many Game of the Year awards. It was for the PlayStation 4, which is, up there in 100 and something million systems sold. I don't know how many in America, but, a huge chunk of people. And The Last of Us and that company, Naughty Dog, that makes it, they have such a pedigree that it really is surprising to see it so low on the list and to see it get beat out by Mario Kart 8, which essentially is a game from the Wii U era, and to get beat by Smash Brothers, which didn't even come out this year, and a game called Ring Fit Adventure. Very surprising there. I wonder how Sony feels about that. I wonder when it's all said and done, what those numbers are going to look like. I'm really curious. I see it for $29.99 new all the time. So obviously they're trying to continue to sell it. I think there's going to be a push or a pack-in for the PlayStation 5 because they put a lot of money and time into making that game, and they're definitely going to squeeze out as much money as they can from it. And from what I've heard, it deserves it. It's a great game. And then rounding out the bottom of the list is what a lot of people consider to be the number one, the best Nintendo Switch game, the game that you should play before anything else, and that's Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, came out the day that the Switch launched. That was in March of 2017. We're about to be in March of 2021. So this game is almost 4 years old, and it's still charting the top 10, and they haven't had any price drops. Every now and then they'll have sales and whatnot, but there have been no price drops. This game is probably close to 20 million copies sold. It's still hitting the charts, and that right there is kind of what I want to talk about. Now that we've talked about all these games, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Nintendo Switch games out of the top 10. And it looks like 1, 2, 3 of those games are the evergreen titles that Nintendo generation after generation seem to find. They find these games that have long legs. They find these games that people want to play and pay full price for. There's a huge idea on the internet that Nintendo games, they should drop in price because they see other companies doing it. You go play a game like Borderlands 3, which everybody loves. It's a good game, but it's $9.99 everywhere you go. And Nintendo has a pretty high value of their own brands. Their idea of their own brands is somewhat like a Disney approach, and they're not going to cheapen it. And I understand that, but they've never been forced to cheapen it either. The thing is, people aren't trading in The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. People aren't trading in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe or selling it on the secondhand market. That's what happens with games like The Last of Us and the aforementioned Borderlands 3 and all those yearly Call of Duties. People play them, they get tired of them, or the new iteration comes out, and then they sell it. They sell it back to GameStop, or they sell it, wherever. They trade it in. And then you have a massive amount going to these places, these shops, and out into the secondhand market. And that drives down the price. Now, if there's only a few games available used, it's not going to drop down the price of a new game because they have no other option to. If you want to go play Breath of the Wild, you can probably find it for $49.99 used maybe, which is only like $10 less than what it is new because there's not tons and tons of them sitting on shelves. So it's a basic supply and demand thing. So why would they drop the price on their games? Now, to counter that, they have had games, even this generation, where they bring it out, it is not successful, and they drop the price, and then it hits the bargain bin, and then, you don't see it on the shelves anymore at all. Sushi Strikers was supposed to be one of their big ones that, didn't perform well. Anybody remember Metroid Other M? $5 all day long, forever. It hit the bargain bin quickly, and it's a Metroid game. It's a first-party Nintendo game. I guess that wasn't considered a first-party Nintendo game because it was made by Team Ninja, but whatever. It's their IP. People forget that. When they get mad that games don't go down in value, it's because they don't need to. The games have a high value. People will pay it. If people don't pay it and people don't want to play, that's when you see the price drops. That's when you see the Nintendo Selects for $19.99 or $29.99, the player's choice, whatever. So that being said, man, Nintendo's really killing it. I really, really think that the Switch might go down as top 3 from what we'll see. The PlayStation 4 has really hit a bump, especially in Japan. Let's talk about that for a minute. The PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5 combined in Japan over the last couple months, it was like 50,000 copies or something like that. Or 50,000 systems sold, I should say. The Switch sold like 500 and something thousand. So in that market alone, Nintendo's definitely killing it. I do know that PlayStation obviously is more popular in the UK and some of Europe and in America, but the Switch has been the best-selling system for like 24 months in a row in America. So I think it's on track to at least be number 3. Number 1 is the PlayStation 2, right? And number 2 is the Nintendo DS. PlayStation 2, I think, is around 155 million. The DS is around 150 million. And I mean, if they play the game, they play their cards right, we're looking at the Switch probably being able to at least top the PS4. I'm thinking the PS4 right now is 113 million. And, it's definitely got more life in it. But I really think the Switch is the way it's selling is ridiculous. And it has so much momentum, and there hasn't even been a price drop yet. So I think it would be hard for them to beat the PS2. It'd be hard for it to beat the DS, but we'll see, right? There's a lot of rumors about a new Pro model coming. And then if that happens, a lot of people are going to rebuy it. And new people are going to buy it who want more power. Well, that is my opinion about these games, these bestsellers. What is your opinion? Let me know on Twitter at TheSwitchBit. You can find me on YouTube /TheSwitchBit. Actually, I'm pretty sure all my socials are TheSwitchBit. So you can find me there. Let me know your opinion. But just remember, our opinions don't really matter. We could talk about it all day long, but we vote with our wallets. And we found out that a lot of people are voting Nintendo. All right, that's all I got to say about that. See you next time.